Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. It was a scary and a cold night for about 600 residents and homes in Boone County last night. Around 10:30 p.m., a power outage rolled out in the area, particularly north of Walmart on Highway 65 North, extending to Bear Creek Springs and even into the Alpena, Omaha areas. According to Energy Local Field Representative Mark Martin, the extreme cold caused those power lines to contract, and with the extra strain that was already on the lines because of the extremely cold weather, that's where the problem began. Martin also noted that there were some noticeable damage to some of the power systems in the area of the outages, and down lines along with transformers and so forth were causing the main problem. By 8:30 this morning, the power was restored to most of the residents in the area, but still the extreme cold weather causing major problems for some families. The Arkansas Pollution Control and Ecology Commission are considering a motion filed by C&H Hog Farms Incorporated of Newton County requesting a stay on the decision denying its application for a permit. On Friday, attorneys for C&H Hog Farms filed the request to stay the state's decision to deny the farm a new operating permit to replace its expired one and effectively shut down that facility. The attorneys filed the request with the Arkansas Pollution Control and Ecology Commission, which is the appellate body for the state's Department of Environmental Quality, which earlier last week denied C&H application for a new operating permit in the Buffalo National River watershed area. The special meeting of the Arkansas Pollution Control and Ecology Commission will be held at the ADEQ headquarters commission room in Little Rock. We'll bring you those results as soon as they come available. Larry Harris of Henderson was given 10 years in prison with 5 years to serve and 5 suspended after entering a no-contest plea to drug-related and weapons charges. 64-year-old was first charged with selling methamphetamine to a confidential informant on several occasions in August of last year. He picked up more charges when officers went to his residence along Baxter County Road 48 to arrest him on meth sale charges. While at his residence, officers found drug paraphernalia and a pistol and a rifle. Harris is a convicted felon and not allowed to have any contact with weapons. Area state lawmakers will appear in Huntsville, Arkansas for a town hall forum on Monday, January 29th. The forum will begin at 6 p.m. at the Huntsville American Legion building located on Highway 23 just south of Huntsville and will feature District 5 Senator Brian King, District 97 Representative Bob Ballinger, and District 82 Representative Sarah Capp. The candidates will field questions and concerns regarding state issues and the state budget, which will be voted on during the state's legislature's fiscal session next month. Dollar General is issuing a voluntary recall for a brand of cookies that they sell. The chain has recalled 12-ounce packages of Clover Valley iced oatmeal cookies because of undeclared milk and tree nuts ingredients. The manufacturer confirms that there was a labeling mistake. Dollar General sold the cookies in both Arkansas and the state of Missouri and have a best by date of August the 18th of 2018. If you've a package of those, you can return them for full refunds to Dollar General stores. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Harness, boots, and shoes in downtown Harrison remains the leader in the most popular and durable footwear for women, men, and children. For the ladies, Harness, boots, and shoes features a wide variety of Birkenstocks and Birkenstock socks, plus winter boots from Merrell and Muck's, as well as Twisted X and short boots. For you men, Harness Boots and Shoes brings you the best variety in the area for work, dress, and casual wear, including brands such as Justin, Double H, Rocky, Georgia, and Wolverine. And the boys and girls have a wide selection to browse through, too. Harness Boots and Shoes with outstanding customer service matched with layaway and free gift wrapping all year round. It sure is a shopping experience that will bring you back time and time again. Harness Boots and Shoes, 870-741-5750, or come on down and look for the Big Red Boot on the square at downtown Harrison.
Just a little spicy.
With standard safety features, plenty of cargo space.
That's not hot for you?
No!
And advanced technology. The 2018 RAV4 is ready for any adventure. Right now, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months on the adventurous 2018 RAV4. Hurry in today. Toyota, let's go places.
A Central Arkansas man who wants to defend giving to panhandlers has joined a lawsuit that states a city ordinance regarding panhandling is unconstitutional. The Second Amendment complaint filed last week added Todd Reed as the plaintiff. Reed joins panhandler Michael Rogers in the federal lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union of Arkansas to permanently stop Hot Springs from enforcing that ordinance. The complaint says that Reed wants to give to panhandlers from a vehicle which is banned under the ordinance adopted by the city of Hot Springs last month. The city says such transactions endanger pedestrians and motorists on public right-of-ways. Hot Springs has suspended enforcement until the court rules on the ordinance and constitutionality of it. Police, meanwhile, have been issuing verbal warnings to panhandlers and to motorists. The Arkansas Department of Health says that 150 people were exposed to the measles in the Little Rock area between January 9th through the 11th. That number includes people on United Airlines Flight 5314 from Chicago to Little Rock on January 10th. It also includes people in the emergency room at UAMS during the same time frame. They note, however, that someone exposed is unlikely to get the measles if they have had laboratory-confirmed measles illness in the past, or if they have had a MMR shot, or if they were born before 1957, a time when it was believed all children were exposed to the measles virus. The department says healthcare providers should be on the lookout for measles through February 1st or longer if secondary cases are confirmed. Walmart is helping customers get rid of leftover opioids by giving them packets that turn the addictive painkillers into a useless gel. The retail giant has announced that it will provide the packets free with opioid prescriptions filled at its 4,700 U.S. pharmacies. The small packets made by Dispose RX contain a powder that is poured into the prescription bottles. When mixed with warm water, the powder turns the pills into a biodegradable gel that can be thrown into the trash. Research has shown that surgery patients often end up with leftover opioid painkillers and store the drugs improperly at their homes. Walmart says the powder also works with other prescription drugs. The company says its pharmacy customers can request a free packet at any time. Fielding questions from lawmakers last week about the state's struggles to find and retain corrections officers, Prison Director Wendy Kelly responded with a simple defense. Arkansas isn't the only state with that problem. The number of unfilled corrections officer positions at the Department of Correction has grown to more than 500, and represents more than a tenth of the total prison workforce. The vacancies are most pronounced at several maximum security units, including Varner, which is the home of the state's death row inmates. At the same time, the department has responded to more frequent outbreaks of assaults and violence, though Kelly has maintained that understaffing was often not the root cause of those incidents. Legislatures in Nebraska, Kansas, and Alabama are also debating what to do to attract workers to their prison systems. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchison's campaign says it has more than $2 million in the bank as the Republican ramps up his re-election campaign. Hutchison's campaign on Tuesday reported raising nearly $622,000 in the final 3 months of 2017. Hutchison was first elected back in 2014 and announced last spring he was seeking re-election. He faces a challenge in the May Republican primary from Hot Springs gun range owner Jane Morgan. Jared Henderson also announced last month he's seeking the Democratic nomination to unseat Hutchison and reported more than $31,000 in contributions and a $100,000 loan. Before we take a look at this changing weather forecast, which is hopefully going to be warmer as we move into the weekend, here's the way the stock market ended today. Cold again last night and early this morning, single digits or below, depending on where you were. If you were getting some of that wind, which really didn't blow all that hard, 5 to 10 miles per hour, but when you throw that into the teens actual temperature, it puts you in the 0 or below range, and that's where we were last night. We mentioned in one of our stories over 600 homes had to go through the evening hours and early morning hours without power. That had to be a real struggle for homes that didn't have alternative heating sources. But hopefully it's going to warm up as we move on into the weekend. 50s would sound real nice about Saturday or Sunday. Here's the way it looks. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow. Today it didn't get up all that high. Did get to the freezing mark. We'll call that 32 degrees under sunny skies this afternoon. Going to be around 14 to 15 degrees overnight. But then tomorrow we start that slight warm up and then increasing as we head to the weekend. Looks like tomorrow under sunny skies we're going to get up into the 40s, maybe 47 degrees by afternoon as we shift to a southerly flow. Then on Friday, sunny skies once again up to 54 degrees. Saturday, mostly cloudy skies, but 54 degrees for an afternoon high. It is going to be very windy on Saturday, wind gust up to 25 miles per hour out of the south. On Sunday, a system gets close enough to actually give us thunderstorms. Can you believe that this time of the year? And the National Weather Service says these are true thunderstorms that will come through as that frontal boundary makes its way to the southeast. 56 for an afternoon high, 60% chance of rainfall. And then on Monday, we kick off the work week with mostly cloudy skies, 42 degrees. Warmer, maybe a little rain, but warmer. That's the whole key right now. We need to thaw out a little bit, and maybe we'll get to this weekend. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Baby, it's cold outside, but it's hot inside Shelby's baby department. We have warm swaddling blankets by Little Unicorn and soft plush animals and matching reading books by Jellycat. Our bath accessories and unique toys by Aiden and Anae and Cloud Bee make great gifts. Come by to see our ever-expanding clothing and accessories for babies and toddlers by Minnetonka. And cozy pillows in a variety of colors. Our baby books help make memories to warm any cold night. And don't forget our baby registries and free gift wrap.
baseball team found itself ranked number 4 in the Division1Baseball.com preseason poll on Tuesday morning, marking its second top 5 ranking of the 3 preseason polls that have been released in the past. Arkansas is also ranked number 6 by Perfect Game and number 3 by CollegiateBaseball.com, which is its highest preseason ranking since 2013. Coming off of a 19-game turnaround, I should say, in 2017, its 14th NCAA regional berth in the last 15 years, Arkansas returns with a highly touted team that includes 6 of its top 8 hitters and a bevy of pitchers from a year ago, which were excellent. Arkansas 45 wins last year were its most since 2012 and 9th 40-win season under their coach, Dave Van Horn. Arkansas is scheduled to open its 2018 season against Bucknell on Friday, February the 16th in Fayetteville. Searcy High School graduate Brittany Rainbolt finished in 15th place at the Bobsled World Cup event in St. Moritz, Switzerland, and missed her chance to compete in the 2018 Winter Games in South Korea by less than 1 second. According to a Team USA release, Rainbolt and her partner finished 15th with a combined time of 2 minutes 17.37 seconds behind a Canadian team that did qualify. This was 0.16 seconds out of the top 14 that qualify for the Olympic Games. The finish means that Team USA qualified 2 teams instead of the 3 they hope to earn for the Olympics. Former big league manager Gene Lamott has been hired as the special assistant to Royals general manager Dayton Moore, reuniting him with the organization where he actually spent nearly a decade coaching prospects. Lamont, who played parts of his 5 seasons for the Tigers, served as a manager in the Royals farm system in 1970s and the early 80s. He then managed the White Sox and the Pirates in big leagues, leading Chicago to the American League West title in 1993. He spent the last 11 seasons on the staff of Jim Leyland and Brad Osman in Detroit. Royals pitcher Danny Duffy has pled guilty to driving under the influence in a Kansas City suburb and has been placed on a year's probation. Duffy entered the plea last week and will pay $1,200 in fines and court fees. Duffy must report to a probation officer once a month and abstain from any drugs or alcohol use. He also will be subject to random breath, urine, and blood screening test. The Royals spokesperson Mike Swoman said the plea is a matter between Duffy, his representatives, and the city, and the team has no plans to take any disciplinary action against him. Alexander Steen tied it with 57 seconds left. Vince Dunn scored in the first 2 minutes of the overtime, lifting the St. Louis Blues over the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1 on Tuesday night. Conzo Brown put the Toronto Blue Jays ahead on a shorthanded breakaway underneath through the third period, but Steen scored with the goalie Carter Humpin pulled for the extra attack by backhanding Alex Pringlin's rebound against Frederick Anderson's shot. Dunn snapped a low shot past Anderson after choosing to keep the puck on a 2-1. Anderson stopped 40 shots and Hutton had 30 saves. That wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around the viewing area.